National security. It's been at the forefront of this presidential election, as you know. Both candidates call it a priority, but each have very different plans of action. So why is it an issue? Why is this issue so important to the voters? And why does your vote matter? Here to weigh in on this is our Fox News contributor, Jillian Turner, who served in the White House National Security Council under Presidents George W. Bush and President Obama. You also have Pete Hegseth. He's a Fox News contributor and a veteran, a U.S. Army veteran. So both of you are perfect to talk about this. Jillian, I'll start with you. When it comes to national security, why should we vote for, or who should we vote for?
Well, you know, it's a personal choice everyone's going to have to make on Election Day. As an independent voter, I'm weighing both the candidates' platforms on the issues. They're very different. They both have strengths and weaknesses. I was saying earlier that I think Hillary Clinton's huge vulnerability is that she has unnecessarily constricted the military, or military leaders, by saying she's opposed to ever putting more troops on the ground in Iraq or Syria during her tenure. Donald Trump's weakness, in my perspective, is that he's not yet put forward a plan to tackle ISIS, which he, you know, professes is the #1 national security threat we face, terrorism. So
well, he does have a plan vetting all the people that come in.
Yeah, to deal with refugees, which from my perspective is, I view that as one small part of the big issue of fighting terrorism.
All right, Pete, what do you think? As a voter, who should we vote for and why?
Well, for me, it's Donald Trump, and it's because if you believe in America and you believe in American leadership, so does Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton's been baptized in this sort of globalist, internationalist perspective that we're just one of many other countries. Sure, you know, she'll recognize that we're more powerful, but this belief that when America leads, the world is a safer place. We haven't had that under Barack Obama. We'll continue to have that perspective under Hillary Clinton. If you want to rebuild the military, Donald Trump has said, I want to rebuild and unleash the military. He may not have been as specific as some people like about ISIS, but I guarantee you he will seek to crush them. And then the last is, he will at least name the enemy. Radical Islamic terrorism is the enemy of our generation. If you won't name it and can't name it, as Hillary Clinton will not, then you'll never have a plan. Well, she's forced to say it, and then she says jihadis and all these other convoluted phrases.
Well,
she won't actually say radical Islamic terrorism.
She has said it. She said it on a number of occasions.
Well, it's been ripped out of her. So it's ripped out of her because she'll do anything in political calculation to get elected, but she doesn't actually believe it, and if you don't believe it, you won't have a plan to confront it.
All right, National Guard soldiers were asked to give back their bonuses. I see your face. They were asked to give back their bonuses, upwards of $15,000. They got the bonuses when they enlisted, and then the government, the Pentagon, came to them and said, we want those bonuses back. Some of them had spent it. They're not making a lot of money anyway, so that money's gone. Some of them did pay the money back. Now, thankfully, the Pentagon is saying we're not going to continue to extract those bonuses back from individuals. But for the people who have already paid back the money, are they going to get the money back, Jillian?
Nobody knows yet, and this is a really great example of government kind of passing the buck. You know, the California National Guard is saying, this isn't our call. The Army's got to make a decision. The Army's pointing to leadership at the Pentagon, and the Pentagon, for its part, is saying, you know what, the only people who can fix this is Congress. We need legislative action. So nobody is willing to stand up and take accountability here. But Ash Carter, to commend him, took a step in the right direction yesterday. He said, hold up, we're freezing everything. I want to find out what's going on here. Want to make sure this is an equitable process. People should not be paying interest payments, backdated 10 years. So hopefully...
What's disheartening is the bonuses for the VA, the folks who work at the VA, the failed system at the VA. They got big bonuses, and now our soldiers, they're asked to return the money?
Well, of course, the big difference is the VA is unionized, and so they'll protect every single dollar that goes to an employee. And a soldier at this point has, you know, they've got advocates of the American people who want to do well by them, but the bureaucracy can swallow them up. I've had a bonus taken away when I didn't even know about it, just taken from my paycheck. The Pentagon will do that. In this case, a guy signs on the line, I want to spend 3 to 6 years in the military, you're going to pay me to do so, and then we take it back. It's a moral affront, especially with all the things we waste money on in our government.
Almost $150 million in bonuses went to the VA.
I think it'll get fixed.
All right, did you know, Jillian, that there is another Pete Hegseth?
You know, I did not. I thought that one was enough, apparently.
America thinks one is enough.
Tell us the story. You met him yesterday?
Yeah, I was at an event, a veterans event yesterday in Minnesota. Here he is right here. His name is Pete Hegseth. He is a Vietnam veteran, a pilot, Purple Heart recipient. And I'm about to walk into this event, and someone says, Pete Hegseth's here to meet you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's here to meet you. And he's from a hometown that's close to where my parents grew up in southern Minnesota.
Are you related?
And no, I'm guessing we probably are, you know, twice or 3 times removed.
Oh, he
But
looks
my
awesome.
folks didn't know, and they're from there. I mean, he's such a wonderful, wonderful guy. I keep trying to think of his name, and then I realize his name is my name. And his wife was wonderful, so I think it's the beginning of a long friendship. But you meet these guys. These guys are America. You know, he served his country. He's gone back to it. He's just an amazing guy.
That's great.
You got a friend.
I got a buddy.
You have a friend. And there's only
Pete
one.
Hegseth,
You're the
That's
only
for
one,
you.
Jillian Turner. You know that.
Well,
Only
there
one
can't be
Jillian.
two.
Only one.
And only one Ainsley Earhardt.
Thank you. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
guys.
serving our country. Thank you for all of your work.
Thanks.